Znajdujemy się w Katowicach, jesteśmy tuż po imprezie Kingston Vibes, jest ze mną Peter Ashbourne. Hello Peter.
Hi, how are you doing?
Hi man. And we've got the pleasure to interview with you, make some interview with you, and we've got the first question. In 2012 you was awarded, decorated the Order of Distinction. How did you get that?
I'm not sure. No, I think perhaps length of service more than anything else. I'm one of those people who is comfortable in a number of styles. You know, I grew up with reggae, but I'm also a classical musician, and I went to a jazz college, so I'm comfortable in a number of areas, and as a result, I've worked in a number of things in Jamaica, of different things, for a long time. So I guess, I don't know, length of service, I guess. It's, I don't know, I don't know. This is embarrassing me. I don't like to talk about myself, you know.
Okay.
No. But I think it's length of service, yeah.
Next question. What inspired you to create and compose your music before and during work on it?
I think I've been blessed with a musical talent, and I just keep doing it. And by the time I reached in my 20s, I ended up making a living with it, right? And even during the time when I went to college, I was still making a living doing it. You know, I used to go home every summer, and I'd work. You know, work for the plane fare and the school.
But do you like to work outside in the natural environment, for example?
How you mean natural environment?
Tree.
Yes. Oh, that sort of thing. Yeah, man. I used to. I could have been a touring musician, but I did a few tours. But what happened is that I ended up having quite a career doing music for advertising, and I seemed to be quite good at it, at least at the time, and I needed to be there rather than away and back and away and back. It was better that I stayed there. So this is why I didn't do so much of the touring, right? I've rather stayed in Jamaica and where they knew that I was available, you know? That was the kind of thing. So I made a living doing music, even though it may not have been the music I wanted to do all the time, but it was a living. Sometimes it was quite a good living too. And in the meantime, now I went in the studio, played in the recording studio for popular music, and then I wrote musicals, and every now and then I wrote some art music, you know. So I was doing all kinds of things. My collection of work is just all over the place, Yeah, it's not just reggae music, right? So. This is it.
What is your? Do you have any other passions or hobbies besides the music?
Motorsport. I used to do rally, motor rally. I was a clubman, you know, in a club, you know, going down a dirt road and 60 or 70 miles an hour and putting the car sideways to get it around a corner, yeah. And nowadays I just watch it. I watch Formula One, I watch WRC.
You know Robert Kubica?
Of course, yeah. Yes, Kubica. That's a good guy. Yeah. I hope he gets it together, you know, after his tragedy, you know, that there. So, but, you know, because he's a very fast driver. Very fast guy. And now that he's, you know, he was doing rallying and too, you know, so it's pretty good. Kubica is a good guy.
What is your knowledge about Polish reggae bands, vocalists, or MCs? You've got any favorites?
I, I think I have heard a Polish group, but I couldn't for the life of me. Please, I apologize, but I cannot remember. I think, but I no. Remind me. Give me a name.
Kamil Bednarek, for example. He was made a video with Capleton.
No, I don't know that name.
Kamil Bednarek. Yeah, he was in Jamaica. Jak to było? Jak się nazywał zespół od Bednarka? Stargard Muffin.
Huh?
Stargard Muffin. Kamil Bednarek and Capleton.
One Capleton.
Yeah.
Oh, is Capleton did okay? Yeah, man. Yeah, dancehall. Yeah. Yes. It's doop. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, this is the dancehall. That yeah, that's good. So in other words, these are 2009.
Not only dancehall, he wrote the reggae too.
Yeah, I know, but I was saying that a lot of times when they come to Jamaica, they're more involved in the dancing. Because I mean, when you go to the dance, I see that a lot of the dancers in Poland come to study in Jamaica.
Mhm.
So we have a very vibrant dance, like
Okay.
dancing culture between Poland and Jamaica, more so than the other European countries. And I think even now, there's about 2 or 3 dancehall choreographers on tour here in Poland. Yes, the dancers are doing very well. Most of the Polish artists seem to be very enthused and involved in more dancehall so than reggae. There are a few reggae bands. I've seen some at Reggae Gill and Reggae Jam. I've seen. Yes, but in terms of the more vibrant ones that are in Jamaica, the ones that you see more in Jamaica are mainly into dancehall, the whole culture of dancehall. So right now we do have a vibrant culture of dancehall. I mean, students, dancers leaving from here to Jamaica to learn, and then Jamaican choreographers coming to learn, to teach here. Even now as we speak, there are about 2 or 3 dancers here that are attending classes and putting on seminars and so about in dancehall style. I'm not sure if Katowice, but definitely Poland. Yes. Mhm.
What Poland looks like by Jamaican point of view? What Poland?
Oh, Poland.
Yeah, looks like by Jamaicans' point of view. What they know about our country?
My Jamaicans. It depends on the Jamaicans you talk to, because there are some Jamaicans who know a little bit about Poland's history, right? And one thing I know as an emotional thing is that Poland is flat, right? It doesn't have some big mountains, so it's a lot of real estate that you can see.
But we've got mountains also.
Yes, but how high are they?
About 2,500 meters. The highest.
Yeah, so that's about Jamaica. Yeah. So that's about Jamaican's highest point too. But we have a lot. It's very hilly. It's very hilly. Some places. No man, but I don't know what Jamaicans would think. I don't know how many Jamaicans know one country different from another, a European country, for instance. But I think they would like this place. I think they really would. Yes, it really would. I can't think so. Jamaicans tend to think more in terms of when you get to England, for them to go to the continent now is another headspace. But it's happening. It's happening, as Duane said. You know, people are gradually seeing more and more people here. It will happen. It will happen. I think it's going to be good.
Peter, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
My pleasure too. We've got some question too. Duane, yeah. In your composition, feel the impact and intense influence by sound of the people from the ghetto. Before active work with music nowadays, what was your occupation way for living?
Well, the truth is, my occupation has always been music, man. I grew up, still live in what would you consider a ghetto in Kingston. You know, I mean, I went to school at Tivoli Garden Comprehensive. If anyone know, Tivoli is synonymous for being one of the most dreaded garrisons in Jamaica, and I went to school down there. You know what I mean? So, I mean, as a trade, I was a refrigeration technician. That's what I learned in school, but I never did that. You know, I mean, when I was 14, 15, I used to work just to send myself to school, but by the time I got to 19, I went straight into singing and I never turned back, man. It was the only thing that I was probably very, very good at. You know what I mean? So I've always been singing, man. I've always been singing and writing and doing the whole scope of music. You know what I mean?
Nowadays we live in a progressive digital and internet era. At Poland, people are wasting time and losing their humanity, I think, for things useless. Literally make me feel a bit afraid. Do you have mobile phone, internet access? What do you think about that?
Well, you know, like most other things, you know, a thing that is supposed to, I guess, enhance our way of living and push us forward tend to bring us back. It's the same thing, you know. Bullets came from fireworks that was supposed to make us enjoy ourselves, and before you know it, people start making bullets to kill people. You know what I mean? So the internet is no different. I think that we do have a problem right now losing our in touch with our humanity. You know what I mean? As you rightfully mentioned, too many of us spend too many long hours on the internet for the wrong reasons. You know what I mean? And it's good and it's bad. You know, it's all about what you tend to teach the youth. But right now I think it's a good opportunity for music to, you know, recapture some of these people, take them back to nature, you know what I mean, through the different energies. I realize that nowadays most people trying to take the musical festival into like forest areas, you know, like parks and stuff, green spaces, you know what I mean. So it's up to us now to try bring back the people to the green space and get them away from the internet, you know what I mean. Come get them out of the cyber zone into the real life zone.
Okay, Europe become so much violent, much more crime, political affairs. If you could change that, what your solution might be?
Alright, you know, I think the first way forward is to educate the mass. You know what I mean? The mass meaning the average man, you know. We're basically being led like puppets to the 1% that runs the world. How are you gonna have a world with so many billions of people, but yet 1% of the billion decide who dies and who fight this war and why we fight and for all that kind of foolishness? So the first thing we have to do is spread awareness amongst the mass. And I think with awareness, then people will start being a little bit more conscious about the decisions they're making. You know what I mean? Why should I go and kill somebody down there because you want more oil? I don't need any oil. You fight the battle yourself, brother. And I bet the minute you get some of those 1% to fight their own battles, you know, there won't be so much wars because them don't want to die. They don't mind me and you dying. they don't mind us dying because, you know, they are sitting in their big homes, driving in their big cars, and they're just, you know, living to make their families rich and to have traditions going on and everything. So the first thing you have to do is wake up the awareness of the people, and from the awareness of the people, many things can change from then. You know what I mean? We can decide to not fire those guns. You know what I mean? We can decide not to bomb somewhere. We can decide that it's better to teach a youth more than kill him. You understand? We can decide that, you know, a black man's life is just as important as the life of a Chinese man or a Caucasian man or whatever. It can, you know, with all of this, you can go straight back to nature. But I think the first thing we need to raise is awareness, and that's where I would start. Awareness to the mind, you know what I mean? Let's decide to make the powerful 1% fight their own battle among the 1%. Because the truth is, it's the same 1% that's fighting each other, not us. We have no reasons to go to Egypt to bomb somebody. We don't need to come to Jamaica to kill somebody. You need to come to Jamaica and chill out on the beach. Let's go to Egypt and look at the pyramids, you know what I mean? Not to drop bombs. Let's go to Iraq just to see how the food tastes, not to shoot somebody, you know what I mean? So, awareness, man. That would be my campaign. Awareness, you know what I mean?
What are you working at the moment?
Well, at the moment, I'm currently working on my 4th studio album. You know, this is, I've had 3 albums so far. The first one being From Augustown. You know, that came out 2008. The second album, of course, came out 2 years later. That album is called Black Gold. You know, the third album, of course, came out a year and a half ago. Dangerously Roots, and this is after a 2-year stint as the lead singer for the Wailers, just to, you know, just to do something different, you know what I mean? Because music, I'm in music for the long haul, so I tried something different for a while, you know. So I used to open for them and, you know, be the lead singer as a part of their thing. But right now I'm in the studio working on the 4th album, and of course intermittently going, you know. I just came back from Suriname, French Guiana. I did a show in the US, and I head back now. I'm going to Brazil. So, you know, I get around. This was just a cultural exchange that I decided to lend my voice to, because, you know, it seemed like a great idea, you know what I mean? And I mean, it's a love for the people and a love for music, man. So I don't discriminate. I just come and sing.
Thank you very much. It was a great pleasure. Sorry for my poor vocabulary.